Good afternoon. This is being recorded on the afternoon of Thursday, the 2nd of November, following the draw for the Arc de Triomphe. Those of you who followed us would have seen earlier in the week, we did a horse-by-horse individual guide. This is a very quick summary just from me, post-draw with some observations, because we now have one of the two variables, which is the draw, resolved, even though unfortunately the other variable, the weather, is not remotely resolved. So I'm going to go through very, very quickly in a post-position order with a summary and my thoughts, all from me in James's absence. Minnie Hauk, your favorite, drew stall 1. Now, you might think, inside draw, best place to be. Wide is bad. Wide is bad. But I don't think stall 1 is the best of the 10 inside draws. It's probably the worst. There's been one winner from there in the last 25 years, Carver. She had a real turn of foot. I don't think Minnie Hauk is a turn of foot horse. She's a relentless, powerful galloper. I can see her getting trapped. I think 72 is an absolutely dreadful price. In terms of the ground, as long as it doesn't rain too much, and we don't know that, and it doesn't turn proper soft, I think she'll be fine on whatever. In stall 2, Daryz. I think that's a perfectly good draw. To some extent, of course, he faces the same problems as Minnie Hauk. To find a passage, he's a hold-up horse, but he's 4 times the price. And he was excellent after his flop in the International last time out in the Prix du Prince d'Orange, and I'm surprised that he is as large as he is. I think 14 is surprisingly big price for Daryz. Would need some of that rain to come. I think if it was rattling fast, if you were talking Patronum stick 3.5 or less, I'd go off him. But I should think there's probably enough rain for that not to be the case. But follow us on X for those morning updates on that. Stall 3, Sosie. I've just written perfect draw. That's what he got last time. He's off the rail. He'll be ridden handily. Excellent prep for this, coming second in the foy. Why wouldn't he run again? Last time he was 4th as favourite last year, but that was really soft ground. I think it's very unlikely the ground will be that soft, and he has to run a massive race. I see him as one of the best, if not the best, reliable each way plays in the race. He's still 12 to 1, which I'm surprised by. Alohi Ali has 4. He's the only Japanese horse that drew well. He's got an excellent draw. But interestingly, there's no love for him at all in the market. And he's one of the ones who's got a good draw that the price hasn't contracted for. 18s is pretty reasonable if you want to take a punt. I was more lukewarm on him than the other two in the previous video, but he's now the one with the really good draw. And although he's never raced over 12 furlongs, that first run in Europe, best thing he's done is his career, which in a sense I couldn't quite believe, but just maybe he's going to come of age. 18s is quite big for Alohi Ali. 2 winners instantly from that store in the last 25 years, Royal Lincoln Success and Sosie, by the way, as a real live draw. 4 winners have come from stall 3. Daryz in 2, just the one Dane. Giavolotto, excellent draw, needs it not to rain seriously, I think, is the bottom line. So in a sense, if the rain were to not materialize to any great degree and it was to ride good or faster, Giavolotto looks pretty big at 33s, but until that's a known, it doesn't look so great. And one thing now, of course, you can say is the NRMB, you're going to get your money back if he's pulled because of the rain. So in a sense, one could go for him now, but I'd much rather wait and find a good surface for someone like Giavolotto. Bego is the winner of the last 25 years from stall 5. Stall 6 is the golden plum draw of them all in this minor data set statistical analysis, because it has given a whole host of winners this century. Hurricane Run, Dylan Thomas, See the Stars, Enable, Alpinista, and let's you just think, well, they're just all really good horses that happen to have drawn that particular post position, which is true. Is also Solomia, one of the worst, probably the worst Arc winner in the last 25 years, has also come there. So Lefar, who drew 6, has absolutely got the golden position. Still think it's overpriced at 50. Those who follow us on the website, X will know we put him up at 66s. Now you can get 4 places. Possibly the likes of Sky will go 5, although Paddy Power and Sky Bet the Flutter pair are only doing 3 places at the moment. They'll change that over the course of the next 24 hours. But I don't see why he's 50 to 1. Yes, he was done on his prep, but it was just a trial. He was said to be 80% half fit. His final fractions were excellent. He was dropped right out of the back in a slow race. He's the one. He's the outsider I like the most in this field by a very long way. He's grossly overpriced. From his excellent draw. Also well drawn is Quisisana, one of the 3 Graffard runners. And I don't think Graffard's on record as he's not picking between it, saying Daryz or Quisisana or whoever the other one is. Gezora is his number 1 string, so we can't be quite sure. But this is an improving filly who's drawn well, 33s. No one has, some have reacted, but there are still 33s available. That seems pretty decent, though she would like it faster. So again, not too much rain on for that one. 8 is Cualificar. This is another of the excellent draws inside. Workforce, Ace Impact, both won from 8. He's been trimmed quite a lot in the market. You can get 14 to 1, but it was only a week or so ago. You could get not quite double that, but something in the 20s. So yeah, he's the 3-year-old Fabre. But the Jockey Club form doesn't look great. And although he was by far the best in the Niel, it was a pretty poor looking field as far as I can see. Stalls 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 have amazingly only thrown up 1 winner in the last 25 years collectively, that being stall 12, Torquato Tasso, just slogged through a heavy bog better than anyone else, which is mildly concerning. Maybe it's just one of those bizarre anomalies in a small data set, but that's not as good as you would think. White Birch 9, okay, at least he's not wide. 40 to 1, he's a possible lurker. I was a little lukewarm on him because I didn't like his Irish Champions Stakes return, but he's 40s, he's not badly drawn, I get it. Kalpana has shortened fairly dramatically since it looked like the rain was going to come. She's now 10 to 1 from a stall that hasn't won the Arc in the last 25 years. I wouldn't worry too much about that. She's in the middle of the field. I get why people like her. I don't like a filly who's had 4 runs this season, has been our favourite for much of it, and has not won one of those runs. And she was poor last time, so I think she's a poor price. Hot as hell, bit of an extraordinary entry for this Arc. Can't quite see it. If it were to really rain, if this guy gets his ground, he's got a decent draw, or not too bad a draw. 11 of 18. It's not a coffin slot, but wow, he's got it all to do. Aventure, this is a mediocre draw for a horse who's sort of vying for favouritism. She's second favourite now, 9 to 2. As I say, only Torquato Tasso from that draw. I think she's priced up as if she's got a good draw and as if it's soft ground, which I think she has. She handles better than many of the main market rivals at short prices here. So all that's priced into her, and as we don't even know how much rain has come, and as she's drawn badly, I think she's a rotten price, even though I absolutely love the filly. Gezora in 13, this is where you start thinking this is not a great draw. 13 is a poor draw. There's no way of slicing that. So I'm pretty neutral on her, even though I think she ran brilliantly behind Aventure in the Vermeil, because of course she'd been off an awful long time. So that was a classic get ready prep, and she was ridden well off a slow pace. So I haven't given up on her, but definitely would have liked to see her draw a bit better. 14 and 15, these are curious. This is when you start getting a wide. It's wide is not good. Actually, 14 and 15 are the weird exceptions. They've had 2 winners each in the last 25 years. Delicani and Golden Horn from 14, which is Los Angeles this year. Los Angeles, as we said on the forecast a few days ago, the big preview, has he been ruined for the season, or is he on the way back slowly? I thought his pre-4 was sneaky good for a horse who's running up with the pace. If he can progress again, if he hasn't been ruined by that Prince of Wales experience in particular, He's got a chance here, and he'll be ridden forward. So as a wide horse, I think he has a sort of tactical card to play, which works for his draw. I'm not too worried about that. One of the more interesting outsiders for sure. 33 to 1 you can get from him. Byzantine Dream, I think, yeah, of the horses who were priced as if they needed to get a good draw, this is the one, and he didn't. He got a really bad one. He's very wide. Yes, Saki and Trev have both won from there, but they were both proper champions. And has another doubt with this fella. If there's too much rain, I think that seriously compromises his chances. He's very dull on his only run with Give in Japan, and ignore the Racing Post. Good to soft for Art Trials a day. It was rattling fast. Good to firm ground that day. 11 to 1. It just doesn't appeal. He's been weakened by a point, but he should have been pushed out more for me. That's not good for Byzantine Dream. Arrows Eagle is a complete outsider who just had a sneaking interest in, and then he drew 16 out of 18. I've actually already played a little bit. So that'll be that, I suspect. I think that any chance he had has been killed by the draw. If there were a lot of rain, he is one who will handle it, though. So that would be something to look for if you like him. And this is the real story of the draw, of the big ones in the market. Croix du Nord, top Japanese 3-year-old colt. He won the Japanese Derby. Japan, as I've said before, has the deepest pool of middle distance turf horses in the world. I don't think there's any argument about that. So winning a Japanese Derby against 18 rivals needs to be taken seriously. Then he comes over here with a double penalty for that Group 1 win and holds off Daryz on ground he didn't like. But then he drew stall 17 out of 18. It's a year bump. It could hardly have been worse, apart from being 18 of 18. The only thing I'll say now is I'll give up on any chance he has if the rain really comes. But if not much rain comes, and by the way, it's riding definitely on the far side of good as I record this after another dry day on Thursday. If it's still fast ground and they continue to push him out, they've already pushed him out from 10s to 14s is the best price you can get. I really reckon he can claw back a whole load of these from his dreadful position. I really wouldn't give up on him. I suspect he's the best horse in the field, but he's got a bad draw and he doesn't want too much rain. And he can't do anything about the draw now, but if he doesn't get too much rain, I still think Croix du Nord is live, even from that draw. By contrast, Estrange is doomed in 18. She's doomed because it's 18 out of 18, which is the worst draw. And she needs soft ground. And that's pretty clear. It's Daughter of Night of Thunder. She wasn't going to run if it was going to be rattling quick. But the problem is if you have a really soft ground arc, it's actually even worse to be wide. Then it really is a coffin slot. So she's kind of crucified either way. Add to that news of the potential rain in the last few days has seen her price cut from sort of 33s to 25 to 20s to 16 to 1, where she still lurks. And I think she's rotten value, which is a great shame because both owner and the trainer would have liked to, sort of first arc experience, would have liked to see her have a good shout, but I don't think she's got one. All of which is, by the standards of the AntePoster, a very quick wrap. Keep following us on X for the ground updates tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be back with some of the weekend's undercard at Longchamp, possibly not the Sun Chariot, but we'll see. Anyhow, good luck, and if you haven't played yet for the Arc, maybe you just might want to wait another 24, 36 hours and see what's happened by Saturday afternoon. It looks like all the rain will have passed through, and by then at the latest, you'll have a clear idea of what's going on. Anyway, have a good weekend and good luck if you're off to Paris like me. Say hi if you see me there.